Hi, greeting fellow being beyond the fourth wall, also known as YouTube. Hoping you have an awesome day. I wanted to do a little bit of a continuation video from my previous video about a week ago. I'm fairly certain my voice sounds less baritone than before. As I said in the description box and in the video, I was dealing with a bit of a head cold and cleared that up with a little bit of bitter tea with some lemon and some honey. Worked awesome, by the way. I think that would method would be more so than the congestion. But any which way, in continuation of, oops, sorry, don't have a tripod yet, nor external mic. That'll probably be on the list of things I probably need to get probably next in December. But anywho, moving on to the video, the two C's in communication, comprehension, and I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I'll put it in the description box. I want to add on to a couple concepts on that. Oh yeah, empathy. Also another key in communication. This comes into play on the receiver on decrypting and clarification of what is being said. Now, being deaf, and by the way, that's very difficult to fake. If anyone doesn't believe me, I'm more than willing to show you my audiogram if you're willing to show me yours. But anyway, empathy is understanding not only just the what is being said, but then also asking for clarification of what is being said. More specifically, perspective. Now, I've said this more than once. I don't know where I got the information, but I'm fairly certain it's true. So, the human eye, for all intentional purposes, can only see roughly 1% of the natural light spectrum. That's both visible and invisible. Now, if this is true, which I believe it is, the other 99% we can't see. Now, how did this correlate to communication and empathy? Our other senses, for lack of a better word, intuitive senses come into play. There's no other way to describe it other than, okay, let's put it this way. The person who plays games, and we all play games, it doesn't matter whether it's video, cards, dice, whatever else. Since I play video games, and other people watch movies. So, the human mind cannot make a distinction between you as the person on the three-dimensional plane and then your character in the two-dimensional projected three-dimensional on the screen, whether that may be on a TV or a computer, whichever you're poison. What makes this important is it's I guess a direct correlation to empathy, feeling. I'm sure there's a highly complicated way to explain it. Uh, but there's a lot of things that are happening just below our visual, our senses, and which is why you need to be aware of what you're saying. Words have power. Words are important. What words you use make a difference in communication and perspective. And quite frankly, I think, if I've heard this, you probably heard this. A person may say something that is hurtful, whether they realize it consciously or not, and then the way that they try to cover it up, because quite frankly, once you said a word, it's very difficult to take sorry, very difficult for you to take it back. So they're saying, "Oh, I'm just kidding," in a joking fashion. And counterintuitive, they might have meant to be hurtful on a conscious or subconscious level. Bear in mind that your subconscious covered about 2/3 of the brain. So a third of it is your conscience in the forebrain, and 2/3 of it is influenced by something you don't have immediate control of. That is a very scary thought. So consciously you may not have meant to say that, but you must have been thinking it. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't have said it. Also, with the empathy, from my perspective as a deaf individual, or as a person that I work with, says an introduction, here is left-handed who happens to be deaf. I'm a person first. I've established before that not a linear being, spirit, and a linear body exist, but I'm deaf second, if there is such an order. So, I'm trying to figure out what my next one is. Clarification, there we go. Clarification is important. In correlation to empathy, by asking questions. But clarifying, here's a perfect example that I run into, and I'm sure I've said this before, but I gotta rehash it. Anyway, I run into a vicious cycle that there's no way to explain to you all deaf hearing folk, and I mean that in a loving fashion, even though how I'm going to present this may not seem very loving or good-natured. I mean just purely so you understand from my perspective. It may be different from another deaf person. It might not be. But take each of that individual case-by-case instance. And this is usually when I'm working or, out and about, and someone will say something, or ask a question for that matter. And most of the time they'll be behind me. Granted, hearing aid technology has advanced quite a bit since when I switched over from analog to digital. A quick rehash, hash for those who do not know. Analog, best way to describe it is you have this little bitty mic. This is not scale, this is an example. And on this mic, all the sound, all 360 degree radius of me will go into that mic. So, getting my brain to understand where and what the sound was rather difficult. I'm going to switch hands before I cramp up again. Now with the digital one, they mimic more of the human ear. So I still have that 190 or 180 degrees, whatever it is. I'm not that great on the degree. But anyway, the sound is more focused this way, in front of me. Now it does dampen behind me, but it also allows a more accurate pinpoint of where that sound comes. Good example. I was with my dad and stepmom today doing our late Thanksgiving, and before with my other analog hearing aid, I would have not have heard the ice machine, drop the ice cube, whatever. But the one that I have now, I'm able to hear the motor first, and then the ice. Okay, now that you understand just a little bit, people typically behind me will ask me a question or say something, and I don't acknowledge them because I can't hear them. And then they may tap me on the shoulder or whatever, get my attention. I don't like when they do that, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, and they will ask, "Didn't you hear me?" No, I didn't. Then put your hand again. Sorry. They say, "Well, ask the question." Sometimes I externalize it, sometimes I don't. It just depends on my understanding, the relationship with them, what they're for. It's kind of frustrating. But anyway, I cannot ask you a question. I'll say something as effective. I cannot ask you a question of whether or not I heard you if I didn't hear you beforehand. That's what I want to say. It usually comes out like, I can't ask you a question if I don't hear you. Well, then that's the question. I can't. You're talking about self-replicating paradox. I heard something, but I wasn't listening for you. Hence clarification. And it's all about perspective. I really wish I didn't have to have the feeling that I don't have this other woman. One of these days I will just for giggles carry an audiogram to show, okay, this is where you are. It's probably going to be two pieces. So it's a comparison of my left ear, right ear versus the normal. This is where I am, left hand side, since I am left handed. This is me. This is you on the right. This is all what you hear, and this is what I hear. A brief description is severe to moderate. What that means is I actually hear listening. I hear the bass tone, but the higher pitch, which in most cases, I'll just confirm this, at least for me, the higher pitch I don't hear. It's more I feel it. Now, unfortunately for me, I'm laughing for other reasons. The higher pitch falls in the range of most women range. So it'd be a lot easier to converse with them one-on-one, at least until, you know, I get your vocal synapse, whatever. Because everyone has their own unique speech pattern, you know. Just like your face is unique to you, their vibration, frequency, you know, how many times something vibrates, you know, and then the vibration just, you know, right here. Frequency is how many times that vibration hits that, you know. It's just an interesting way of looking at it. And, yeah, I hope I didn't break your head too much on this, but I kind of felt I needed to do a video this week. Not just for the sake of doing videos, but I just wanted to expand on that topic before. I love you all. I can't learn it for you. I would love to, but then you wouldn't learn, you know, consequences, experiences, all that stuff. Have an awesome day. I love you. Remember, we all share the same earth. We love each other, man. We just share different parts of the land. Take care. Bye-bye.